The international break is over, which means the Premier League is back. Some exciting fixtures here, so make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the predictions. Last time out we did get 6 points, so 3 results, no scores, pretty poor. Hopefully we get better here, starting with Spurs against West Ham. Now, Spurs lost 3-2 to Brighton after going 2-0 up. It was quite a big capitulation from Spurs, something that we've seen them do in the past. West Ham, on the back of a very good result, a 4-1 win against Ipswich. Maybe that will kickstart their season, because they look like they were going to have a very good season, but it started off slowly under Lopetegui. Is it now going to start moving forward? Well, West Ham fans will hope so. I'm going to back Spurs here. I'm going to go for a 3-2 win. On to Man United v Brentford, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Brentford were the favourites for this, because Man United look absolute poo. They've got, a pretty rough just morale about the whole club, really, and Ten Hag, I'd be very surprised if he was there come Christmas time. Brentford, very good, keep scoring very early. It was 3 games in a row in the first minute. Last time out, it was 1 minute 15 seconds, so not quite, but will they score in the first 5 minutes? You probably fancy them to. Brian Mbeumo, hopefully, with the goals, as I've got him in my fantasy league team. I'm going to go for Brentford to win, and we're going to go 2-1. Ipswich against Everton, a big game. I mean, Ipswich, Everton and Southampton, Leicester, these 4 were involved against each other a couple of weeks back when we had, it was Ipswich, Southampton and Everton, Leicester, wasn't it? So there's a lot of what you'd say are probably 6-pointers happening already so far this season, but Ipswich, they look good this season. Obviously they lost to West Ham. The other games they lost were against City and Liverpool, but that's not bad going. That first win still isn't there, but some good draws, a draw against Villa, a draw against Fulham. They are picking up some decent points, and they do look like they'll be better at home. So Everton score, but they do concede. Last time it was 0-0, but yeah, their problem doesn't seem to be up front. It seems to be keeping the ball out the back of their own net. I think Ipswich Everton could be a 1-1. Fulham Villa, I'm going to go rogue here. Both have started the season well. Fulham obviously a bit more surprising. Villa don't tend to do great away. They do pick up most of their form at home. And Fulham, I think they're going to have a pretty good season by the looks of it. They've got some very talented players. Everything seems to be right at the moment. So we're going to back Fulham to get a 2-1 win. Southampton against Leicester. Now, the Saints haven't looked good this season. Leicester have at least picked up that win that they got last time out against Bournemouth. And Leicester look okay. A lot of people had them to be relegated, but a lot of people were expecting a points deduction. That didn't come. And I think Leicester could survive this season. So I'm going to go for the Foxes to win 1-0. Newcastle Brighton next, and the Magpies, it's been a strange one, because at home they seem very good. Away from home they struggle. That's exactly what happened last season as well. They're missing Alexander Isak. They're obviously missing Sven Botman at the back as well. So some big names missing. I don't know if either of them will be back for this game. Brighton, off the back of that very good win against Spurs, they've started the season well. It's hard to call. I think if Newcastle were the away side, I'd back Brighton. But because Newcastle are at home, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Bournemouth Arsenal next, the late kick-off on Saturday. And well, this is... It's a strange one, because Bournemouth have been good this season for large parts of games. They probably should be on more points than what they've got. Every time I've seen them, they've played quite well, but they're not getting the results. That kind of showed losing to newly promoted Leicester last time out. So Bournemouth, yeah, better to watch than they are at picking up points. Arsenal, obviously, we know how good Arsenal are. They should be challenging for the league again. So I'm going to go for them to win 3-1. On to Sunday's fixtures. We've got Wolves against Man City. Now, Wolves, poor start to the season. Only 1 point so far from the first 7 fixtures. And, I mean, it's looking pretty tough. I work with quite a few Wolves fans, and they're not very optimistic about the season anymore. Not that many of them were anyway, but the problem with Wolves is they just haven't invested in their defence. You know, they've lost Max Kilman to West Ham, haven't tried to replace him. The centre-back position is so weak for Wolves, and it's kind of showing throughout this season so far. I think January could be a very important month for them if they want to keep their Premier League status. Man City, they were lucky to beat Fulham, I think. I think Fulham played very well against them. And City don't seem the way they have in previous seasons. And what I mean by that is that all the goals seem to come through Haaland. I know Kovacic got a brace against Fulham, but pretty much this season, if Haaland doesn't score, City can't score more than one in a game, and that's a bit worrying that they don't have goals coming from all over the pitch. At least last season when they had Julian Alvarez, he was contributing, De Bruyne was fit and he was contributing, but now it's kind of just Haaland or no one. Do I think Haaland can score against Wolves? I think he will. I'm going to go, I think Wolves might get one, but I'm going to go 3-1 to City, same as the Arsenal result. 3-1. Liverpool-Chelsea. This looks like the standout game near the top of the table for this weekend. Now, Liverpool, top of the league. Very good start under Slot. However, when you look at the opponents they've faced, you'd expect them to win. Most of them in the bottom half, plus Man United, who... Are they in the bottom half? I can't remember, but you know they may as well be because they're, again, pretty poor this season. So this seems like the first real test for Liverpool, because Chelsea look like a top side this season, look much more consistent, and I think they'll be dangerous. I think they'll be fighting for a top 4 spot. So for me, I think I'm just going to go the entertaining route. We'll go for a 2-2 draw. And the final game, Forest against Palace. Now, Monday Night Football this one is, and Forest have been pretty good this season. They've got a good squad, and you know this is kind of what we expected under Cooper a few seasons ago from Forest. But Nuno Espirito Santo, very good defensive-minded coach, and he's got them playing some good football, picking up points most importantly. So Forest look like they could have an okay season. Palace started very poorly, but they have got quality in their side. You know, the losses of Elise and Anderson have been massive, but I think they will just manage to be somewhere upper bottom half of the table. So yeah, I think 12th, 13th is probably a safe position to be put in Palace. I think this could be a tight game, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Those are my predictions for these Premier League fixtures. Make sure to get yours below, and I'll catch you next time.